RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, and a whole lot more. Collection of my work goes back to June of 2014. And on several social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 7:54 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's Monday, February 13th, 2017. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day. Currently, it's cloudy and 27 degrees in Billerica, Massachusetts. A foot of snow fell, a lull in the action, maybe some backlash snow, 1 to 2 inches, but more on the coast, and Maine is getting a blizzard, and the Canadian Maritimes. Maybe some more snow Wednesday and Thursday, but we're in a volatile weather pattern. But the weekend looks like warming trend, so we'll get some of the snow melting. Wouldn't be surprised next week to be in the 50s and 60s and 70s. New England weather. Change it for 1 minute. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Boston Bruins beat the Montreal Canadiens by the score of 4-0 last night at the TD Garden. 3-0 since Claude Julien got fired and Bruce Cassidy became the coach. But the Bruins have their bye week. That stops their momentum. For the time being, they need to rest. And also, it's World Radio Day. So what are they talking about on the radio today? That's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in the flesh with my first video blog subject of the day, which will be about WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Julie is News 6, Orlando, Florida. News anchor and weather anchor. My favorite weather lady in the world. Julie has the nicest legs in Orlando, Florida. And she rocks. And she has a cutie patootie daughter named Isla. One of these days, I'm going to interview Julie for my video blogs. It's going to be awesome. RVBN. Time now, 7:56 in the morning. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is my personality profile. Today's personality profile is about WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle has been in the world of sports entertainment for close to 20 years, wrestling for the WWE and TNA and several other organizations, and he's an amateur wrestler. He was an amateur wrestler. Kurt was born and he grew up in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and he started amateur wrestling at the age of 7. He wrestled amateurs in high school and college, winning some titles. He wrestled for the U.S. Olympic team, 1995 and 1996. He won a gold medal while wrestling with a broken neck. And after he won a gold medal, he went into training to become a professional wrestler. Originally, he was going to go to train in ECW, but he got offended for that crucifixion angle with Raven and Sandman, so he decided not to do ECW. Then he started his pro career wrestling in the NWA. In 1999, the WWE signed him and sent him to developmental, which at the time was Memphis Power Pro. He made his WWE debut in March of 1999. Went with that thing with Tiger Ali Singh, saying how low could America go. And he offered Kurt Angle to sneeze on the American flag. He puts it down and gives him the belly-to-belly suplex. Kurt made his debut, television debut, in November of 1999 after vignettes of him having the 3 eyes, integrity, intelligence and intensity. And he debuted as a heel. He didn't like being booed. Eventually, he was one of the top heels in the WWE, saying, "It's true, it's true." Then he wins the European title, the WWE Intercontinental title, feuding with such wrestlers as Chris Jericho, The Rock, The Undertaker, and so many others. He wins the 2000 King of the Ring, and then he's a top player in the WWE. He wins his first WWE Championship in October of 2000 against The Rock, holds it for 5 months, and feuding with The Undertaker and Triple H. He loses back to The Rock in February 2001. Then he goes on a feud with Chris Benoit, and this was a very, very entertaining feud, which was some great classic matches. Chris Benoit even takes his gold medals. And Kurt eventually forms a partnership with Stone Cold Steve Austin, with like getting Mr. McMahon's attention, and they have some great skits, which are very, very funny. Eventually, Kurt Angle becomes the leader of Team WWE in that Alliance WWE feud, which I might have to talk about sometime in the near future. And then he wins another WWE Championship at his hometown in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, loses back a couple weeks later. Eventually, Kurt turns heel again, and still feuds with other superstars like Kane, Triple H, and others. He says some very, very funny stuff one time. In like Royal Rumble 2002, when Triple H made his comeback, he said he tears his quad every day and he feels fine. Eventually, Kurt Angle gets into a feud with Edge. It's like loser must get his head shaven, and Kurt Angle gets his head shaven, and then he's bald, and then he starts on his monster heel push again, and he forms Team Angle, which is the world's greatest tag team. Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, and Kurt eventually wins the WWE Championship again against the Big Show, and Armageddon in 2002. He has his manager Paul Heyman now. He holds it for a few months before losing it to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19, when he did some amazing moves. He was wrestling with a neck injury. It was rumors he was going to get neck fusion surgery, same as leader Stone Cold Steve Austin and Edge, but he went for a smaller procedure. Comes back a few months later as a face, and then beat Brock Lesnar at a pay-per-view in July 2003, and then he holds it for a couple of months before losing it to Brock Lesnar again at SmackDown taping, which was an awesome thing. Eventually, Kurt Angle turns heel again on Eddie Guerrero, and he has a match with him at WrestleMania 20, which Eddie wins, and then Kurt takes some time off, becomes the SmackDown general manager, but he abuses his authority. Eventually, he gets fired by Vince McMahon on SmackDown, and he comes back to wrestle again, and he has, in 2004, 2005, he has some great matches with Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, and other superstars. But backstage, Kurt Angle was very elect to work with because he was addicted to prescription drugs. Eventually, the WWE got fed up with it. He won a couple more SmackDown World Championships, and then he went to ECW brand of WWE, which was a few months in May of 2006 through August of 2006. He was released by the WWE a short time later, and then he went to TNA, and for the next 10 years Kurt was one of the top stars in TNA, winning many TNA World Championships. And he also feuded with Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett, Sting, and other major TNA wrestlers. Also, Kurt wrestled in Japan, winning the IWGP Championship, the most prestigious world title in the land of the rising sun. That's part of New Japan. There were rumors in 2012 that Kurt was going to make a comeback for amateur wrestling going to the Olympics of 2012, but he injured his knee and he decided not to do it. Kurt continued to be a focal point of TNA for many years, especially in the 2010s, but he was getting tired of the direction of TNA going, plus all of this financial troubles. He started to take independent dates, and he was pretty good doing that, and he really wanted to end his career with the WWE. A couple of times there were rumors they were really talking about bringing him back, but he signed a new contract with TNA each and every time. In 2017, it was announced that Kurt Angle was going to be the main headliner for the WWE Hall of Fame, which is pretty awesome. He's going to be inducted the night before WrestleMania 33, and I think the WWE is going to keep him off television until the Hall of Fame ceremony. Maybe he'll have a couple more matches. It's good that Kurt is getting to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's also in the TNA Hall of Fame, and it's one of his famous quotes, "It's true, it's true." Kurt's one of the best wrestlers of the Attitude Era in the 2000s. He's good as both a heel and a face. And that's about it on Kurt Angle. I'll be back later, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 2 more video blogs. First video blog will be about some great weather websites to check out, especially when it's snowing, for winter weather. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the former cable network, CBS Cable, which lasted about 14 months from October 1981 through December 1982. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly was blood. WCCO accent. That's nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. She's best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Amy. Then Church of WPR Channel 11, New York. Such a rocking cool. Got the best legs in New York City by none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has sweet southern accent. Best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Gwen Cliff, WHH Channel 7 Boston is such a cutie pie. She's got the best legs in Boston. And Heidi Watney of MLB Network rocks, and she's got the best legs in the MLB Network. And in the words of Dickie Ackland, unit director of Boys and Girls Club, Great Bear Record, the more and the merrier. Bye now.